Ooh. Ugh. Ugh. Hey. It is another morning in America here. Glad you stopped by. Um, look familiar. One of the things my mother said when um, our family moved from Penn Hills, um, a very suburban and idyllic sort of greenery like this place, pastoral sort of place in the suburbs outside of Pittsburgh, into the city of Pittsburgh or Swissvale, um, 7 miles outside of downtown Pittsburgh. One of the things she said to us kids is, and to me, the oldest at the time, um, be careful who you bring home. You got to be careful about who you bring to the house here because you know you don't know them, you can't trust them. The doors are locked here. Me and your dad locked the doors here. There's no, there's no. Oh, he's a kid from the neighborhood, kind of, you know, suburban thing going on here. That's why he just walked in, or that's why he's, you know, gotta be more careful. We're no longer in the hills of Penn Hills. It's interesting. Uh, the what was it, the owner or the inventor of the Airbnb? He did a TED talk, which I thought was interesting. He did a TED talk um, very early on when Airbnb was just starting to get off the ground. And it's ironic to see that TED talk now on YouTube, um, because he talks about how Airbnb started, and it was in a way psychotic, you know, to watch him talk because he's there. I came up with the idea for Airbnb by letting strangers into your home and your house by letting a stranger you know, into my house one time. And he recounts this incident that happened to him. This experience that happened to him. He met this guy at a car show or something, a thrift shop or something like that, and they just hit it off, and it's like, wow, this feels really good. The guy seems really cool, and I think in the course of the discussion, the guy let him know that he had no place to go. So, Mr. Airbnb said, hey, you know, you can crash at my place. You can stop at my place. You can stay at my place, tonight. And so he brings the guy home, and everything's fine. It's all good and fine and psychedelic and hippie, dude. And you know, crash on the pad, dude. It's all like mommy and daddy did in the day. And so he sets the guy up for night, and he goes to his bedroom, and he shuts the door. And he shuts the door, and he's like, he begins to think about the man in the living room that basically, for the most part, he knows nothing about. You know, and this is Mr. Airbnb. He wants to be cool. He wants to be, hip. He wants to be, like mommy and daddy in the '60s and stuff, and trust and love and peace and understanding. But it's he really doesn't know this guy. So he spends like a tortured night in his apartment, his home, wondering, is this guy going to come in and murder me? Or is this guy going to like steal everything that I have in my living room? You know, um, trust, you know, and I've carried it with me. I remember in Phoenix, um, holding on to that idea of trust. I would bring men home, that I assumed were gay or I suspected were gay. And, in after the first 20 minutes, if we were not going at it, if he hadn't proved his gaydom, I was a bit concerned. Um, and also, I was resolute in knowing that this man was not going to spend the night with me. So, and it's a question of trust. It's a question of, yeah, you're one of me, you're my kind. And so it has been, what, 2 years? I think I came here in 19. Um, and this is a Tillman Cove where so many people, disadvantaged, people with HUD, coupons and vouchers, trusted one another. And because they let in, oh, he's such a good looking boy. Oh, she seems like such a sweet girl. Drugs and violence brought this family community here at what was once Tillman Cove to an end. And there used to be little duplexes all along here. You look up my visit here in Memphis in 16, I believe it was. All along here, there's cute little duplexes, and and I thought, oh, how cute, how wonderful. Why is everything vacant? Why is there no one here? Well, it's because my brother, cannot be trusted. That child is not really a child. He's kind of taken advantage of my home, brought his friends over, and they're doing drugs outside. It looks like the city has torn down the buildings that were once here and razed them all, and there's nothing here but foundation left. And it was a much bigger lot than this. I have questions about that over there. You know, um, I'm wondering if that's development off of what used to be the Tillman Cove here. But in any case, everybody out. Everybody's, now under the heat of the sun and the warmth here of downtown Memphis, or, is this suburbia Memphis here, outside of Memphis. So, it's like, not only is there not a shelter system here, in Memphis. There's not even a squat like an old rundown ghetto project that daddy can squat in. Say, hmm. I wonder if Aretha Franklin's old house is available tonight.